My name is Glenn Kendall. I live in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. I was born in January 1942. We're not made to be individualistic and selfish. We should do something with other people. And it's partially selfish because what I found with my volunteering work is I probably get more benefit than I give. The people with whom I participate are wonderful. I really receive huge benefits from that. And I have always looked for ways to work with other people in sort of mutually beneficial ways. I think that those organizations that utilize volunteers need to make an effort to recognize the contribution of the volunteers, and importantly, need to provide some sort of an introduction to the organization, the way the organization works, what's expected of them and what's not expected of them, what the rules are, before they really get into the act of volunteering. My experience with volunteers is that most of the time they're internally motivated. That for some reason, whether it's religious or philosophical or whatever, they're self-motivated to volunteer. If you have a partner who goes to a hospice and dies, and your partner was well treated, then you're motivated to go volunteer at the hospice because it's self-motivating in a way. I know here the government tries really hard to get people to volunteer, and as near as I can tell, I haven't seen it that successful. It's perhaps one thing that could happen is you could put together an organization that encourages volunteering, not listing volunteering opportunities, but talking with folks about how joyful it is to volunteer, and advertising on Facebook, for example, or on the social media, what volunteering is really good and why you should do it, and call us if you want some help trying to find something. That might help. I've not seen. I only look at Facebook to see if anybody in my family's posted anything, but I've not seen anything about volunteering in Facebook. I think the idea of getting people my age to do something in the community is excellent for everybody. It's most excellent for those of us who do it, to just get out in the community, interact with other people, and feel like we're not just totally worthless baggage. But it also helps the community. And it reduces the load on the social net. It makes for everybody's, it's a win-win-win. I think it's really important that the contribution of the volunteers are recognized. And I think it needs to be done frequently, not all the time, but frequently enough so that the volunteer feels recognized for the contribution that he or she is making. Speaking personally, I don't think I would be motivated by a gold or bronze or silver award. That's not the kind of recognition that would be meaningful to me. And I certainly wouldn't want to get into the business of having to record every hour that I spend volunteering. I'd rather go volunteer rather than record hours of volunteering. So the bureaucratic piece of it sounds rather unpleasant to me, to be honest. But things can be done to recognize contributions of volunteers. The best thing of all is if the whatever they are, the recipients of the volunteer work, the members of my book club, or the lady for whom you do the shopping, or whatever it is that you're doing, if somehow they recognize the contribution. That's the best way of all. And it doesn't have to be oh, this is absolutely so wonderful. Just a little say, that's really good what you do. That kind of thing is very, very meaningful. And so I think that's the most important thing. From an organizational point of view, if the organization can systematically recognize the contribution of the volunteers